Zel Boy Army, what is up? It's your man Zelonius with my boy Ainsley. We've got an important video today. Custom tactics. How important are they? What do they even mean? Should I use them? Should I just use the default ones? Should I copy the pros? Lots of questions, lots of people don't really have that much of an idea how custom tactics fully work. Doesn't matter. Zelonius is here to help. Top 100 elite player on last FIFA, so I feel like I have a pretty good idea of how they work, good knowledge about them. I'm here to help, here to spread some insight to it. So boys, if you like this video, please smash the like button. Let's see how many likes we can get. Can we smash 25 likes today? Comment with feedback, comment if you think there's anything I've missed out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, please. Really means a lot. 2 days, boys, until FIFA 18 on EA Access. I am hyped, so should you be. Daily content every day coming out. Thank you to all the new subscribers we've had in the last week or two. Support really means a lot. I'm going to be streaming over at Twitch daily. FIFA 18, it's going to be exciting. I can't wait. Here's your video. Boys, here we are. Custom tactics. FIFA Ultimate Team, I think there's so many facets to it that people often ignore that can really make a big difference in the game. Custom tactics are one of them. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 or 13 or so different ones that you can choose. If you don't change it, it'll automatically go into game and pick one for you. So you want to know what custom tactic you're doing. Before we get into the video, it's important to know, don't just copy what the pros do. I don't even believe a lot of the time the custom tactics that the pros are telling you, I don't think they're even ones that they use. Why would it make sense for the pros to tell you a custom tactic that they're using? Why would they want people to copy theirs? It wouldn't make sense. What I'm going to do, FIFA 18's not out yet, so I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to tell you I've got the perfect custom tactic. I'm not going to tell you I've got a top 100 custom tactic that's just going to blow opponents away with Musa up front. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to break down custom tactics for you, go through each one step by step and tell you how important I think each one is, what they mean, and by changing it from lower to higher, what you'll be doing in the game, what you should see. So the first one, build-up play, speed. So we all know build-up play, that's mostly from defence to the attack, how you get the ball forward. Speed of build-up play, it says there the speed in which attacks are put together. So if you put it on low, the lower you put it, the slower it should be. So this is more for short passing. If you prefer a short passing game, then lower build-up speed will help you. The lower it goes, this will partly affect how your players will move for you as well. If you have it unbalanced, then it will be a fairly average mix between long passing, short passing, and how quickly you're getting the ball forward. If you like to counter attack and really quickly get the ball forward, you want to put it really high. I wouldn't ever really go to the extremes of like 100, but generally 70 to 80, somewhere around there. If you want quick build-up play, put it there. If you want to make really short, make short time to get the ball up front, this is what you want. If you want a lower, shorter, like a more methodical approach to build up the play, you don't want to rush the game, you want to take the game slowly, build possession, you want to put it low. Passing, okay, it says affects passing distance and support from teammates. So the key here is obviously you're choosing the passes in game. So when you do a short pass, you've chose to do it. When you do a long pass up front, you've chose to do it. The main thing that this changes is more so the support from your teammates and the runs they make. So if you do it really high and put it to like 80, that means the build-up play should be long. That will generally mean your players will make runs and there'll be a bigger gap between you and your supporting players. So if you like to get the ball up quick, a long passing game probably suits a quicker build-up play for counter-attacks. They'll run further ahead of you and give you longer options. If you want a possession game, a short passing game, you want it on short, means the players will get closer to you, they'll build triangles so you can keep the ball easier. It all depends on your playing style. It really is vital. I can't stress it enough, guys, how you need to learn what your best playing style is. Mix and match these type of things. Try them out. Have a go against the computer if you need to. See how they feel in game for you. Okay, positioning. A team's freedom of movement in the first 2/3 of the pitch. Generally, I would stick on organised here. Organised means they'll be in solid positions and they won't just float around. If you have free form, it means your left back could be at right back, your centre back could go to midfield. It can be a bit of a mess and it can leave you defensively in quite a bad way. I would stick to organised, keep the players in the right positions. You don't need them all out of place in the first 2/3 of the pitch. Chance creation. Creating chances vital on FIFA, very important. So, passing. The amount of risk in pass decisions and run support. So if you put it really high, players will run in behind a lot. They'll try and make incisive runs, cutting runs that'll get in behind, make lots of chances. But with that comes less easy options. If you put it on balance, normal, it'll mean sometimes they'll make runs in behind, sometimes they'll come short. If you put it on safe, it generally means you'll always have a very easy passing option on, so it's easy to keep the ball, but you might not have players making runs as much. I generally would have this around 50, just a normal one. So if I've got players with great movement, they might make the runs naturally, but I've always got a good option. Crossing. This one's simple. The tendency frequency of crosses into the box. If you're very good at crossing, like crossing lots, put it up high. If you've got Giovinco and Dybala up front, put it little. You're not going to cross it into small guys. Last year, even with target men, crossing was a bit irrelevant. But this year, crossing looks a lot better. If you've got Ibra, Lewandowski, Higuain, some of these big target men up front, put the crossing up high and whip the balls into the box. But you need to make sure you've got good wingers who can put the ball in as well. Shooting. This is something I always have high because probably my best attribute on FIFA is taking long shots. But if you're not very good at long shooting, you probably don't want this on high. If you put it on lots, from what I've seen in game, the higher you put it, the more players try and make space around 30 to 20 yards outside the box. They'll sit around outside the box and they'll look to be in positions and pockets of space where they can pick a long shot. If you put it on normal, they'll get in the box a bit, stay outside the box. If you put it on little, they're more likely to just get in the box for crosses. So generally, your crossing and shooting will either be similar or quite different. So if you don't like long shots, put it on little. If you like the odd one when it arises, put it on normal. If you're very good at long shooting, have players who are good at long shooting, put it on lots. Positioning, free form. I prefer free form in it's the final third of the pitch, your team's movement. You don't want it to be predictable in the final third. You want to make it so it's very hard for your opponent to predict where you're going to go. Organised movement. It's a bit easier for keeping the ball, but I think it's a lot harder to create chances with it. Free form allows your players a bit more movement to get around. The defensive ones are probably the most important. Pressure affects how high up the pitch the team will start pressuring. I generally would not go with a high pressure game. If you play anybody who's good, they'll pass you off the park, do 1-2s and get in behind. The pressure one is basically how high your team's defensive line is. So the higher up it is, the higher the pressure, the higher up you'll push. Ultimate Team is all about pace. Teams will get in behind you with the pace if you put too much pressure on. If you're absolutely brilliant and got a very quick team, if you're brilliant at putting pressure on people, maybe put it high, but it's very risky. Aggression, the higher it is, the more your players will double team people. So if you have high aggression, you'll have 2 players swarm a player for the ball. It's very good for getting the ball back quick, but for the most part, it leaves gaps in your defence, so I wouldn't recommend it. So I generally at least put pressure and aggression down to about 50 or lower. The aggression you can control yourself manually to some extent with the second defender press. If you can learn to master that, it'll make a big difference. Team width, how much the team will shift to the ball side. So if they're attacking down the left, if you have it really high, this means your team will instantly all go to that side. If you put it on low, narrow, it means your team will generally put most of the men compressed into the middle. Team width, I generally put on a balance. This year, balance will probably be better because people will have wingers and cross it more, I think. Team width I don't think is quite as important, just put a fairly normal number on it. Defender line, never use offside trap. I don't get why it's in the game. The AI is getting better and I'm appreciating EA's efforts and the AI look a lot better, but they still make some really stupid mistakes. And the offside trap, if they push up and leave, if one man just doesn't listen to the offside trap, they'll get him behind, it's an easy goal. always put cover, always try sweep up the offside, always try sweep up the through balls. So boys, there custom tactics explained for you. One thing that I will say is key is player roles. Player roles are very important and combined with the custom tactics. I'll be doing a video tomorrow explaining player roles in depth, so I hope you check that one out too. But yeah, custom tactics and player roles are combined together, but I thought it'd be too long for one video. If you've got any questions, feedback about custom tactics, any more explanation you want, comment, and I'll love to give you feedback and answer your questions. Hope you've liked this video, boys. Please subscribe, means a lot. Zelonius out.